Hi, my name is Jess, and welcome to From Me to You Video Photography and Book Reviews YouTube channel. This is the day one of Contemporary-A-Thon, and I am scared, kind of, because I don't do TBRs, so I don't have a TBR, and I am really sucky at BookTube, or at readathons, period, to tell you the truth. I've only had one that I can sort of say I'm content and I can call it a win because I finished 3 books. They were small ones, but I finished 3, so I was good about it. Readathons just aren't my thing, but I always attempt them and I always fail at them, so this is just another one of those. It also could be because I typically do daily vlogging and I'm not gonna do it this time. Anyways, I'm not even sure I said the readathon. It is Contemporary-A-Thon round 5, and this is going to be my attempt at it. Okay, as you can see, we are on Amazon. As I said before, I don't have a TBR for this, so I am very random in my reading. If something catches my eye, I read it. If I can make time for it, I prioritize it, but that's mostly for the ones from the authors that actually email me and request assistance in reading and reviewing their novel with an honest review. Or if for NetGalley, I am very backlogged on my TBR, my personal long TBR, and some of them are NetGalley reviews because I've been on it for so long. So what I try to do with Edilus or NetGalley reviews, I try to only request those that I'm actually going to read soon, and within the past 2 weeks I have gotten a lot of historical romance novels, which I really want to read, but this is Contemporary-A-Thon, so I can't read them during this round. So on the screen you'll see the challenges that this Contemporary-A-Thon round has. I'm going to go on Amazon and basically check to see, I'm going to choose the first contemporary novel. The first contemporary novel that actually pops up on my screen, for what they recommend for me, I'm going to choose. And it's hard because I have a Amazon business account, and when you upgrade that, you don't get their recommendations page anymore. So you only get for your search stuff. So it will be interesting. I'm not sure how this is going to work out. I'm going to read the first book that I get, and as long as I'm going to confirm that it's a first book, I'm going to walk with me with it. It might be, I read romance. If you're new here, I read romance. However, I read any part of the genre. I've been into reading more of menage, reverse romance lately, also the historical romance, but I like Amish romance, contemporary romance, Christian fiction. I like what they consider sweet romance. I like the hard erotic stuff. So I have a tendency to read one like smutty thing and then I read a Christian thing. I like going back and forth and having a lot of things. So I'm random. Welcome. So here we go. This is what I see for the front page of Amazon almost all the time. Ignore the percentage that I've spent recently. Shh. It's not anything bad, and it's not anything that you can actually use against me, so I don't care that you see it. That's why I'm allowing it here. So for me, I got to go to the let's go Kindle store. Do they have that page? Or no, I'm just going to do the books. Oh, they're right underneath it. Okay, so we're going to go to the Kindle books page. And the first contemporary romance novel, if this actually loads for me. Is it loading? There it goes. First contemporary romance novel that we see. Well, it doesn't have to be romance. First contemporary read that we see on here is what I'm going to read. If it's a long book, I hope it's not a long book. I've been trying to think of different ways to do this, but okay, top Kindle. All right, no, sorry. I'm not doing this page. These are ones I know I would never read, get into, or anything. Let's just go books. Books might be better for me. Yes, this is the page I saw earlier, and I see some Kindle Unlimited. I read Kindle novels constantly. That is like my bread and butter. I have physical books, but I get through or read Kindle. I read books off of my Kindle a lot quicker, so any ebooks is what I go for, usually. So as you can see, I've been into like I said, the Menage ones, whether it's sorcery or whatnot. And I'm not going to scroll through them. I'm going to just go for what they show me first. And no, these ones don't count. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. No. That is not the contemporary that I'm looking for. We do not need that. So sorry. This is historical. This I was looking into earlier, but that is like a historical fantasy type of thing. This I still want to read at some point. Yeah, none of those. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to be reading a Christian fiction, because that's what Love Inspired is, and that's the first one on this list. Okay, let's see what I'm reading. A fresh start family romance. Well, I do like it when it's families mixing, so. Okay. As you can see, now that I've gotten everything updated, it is Hometown Healing, a fresh start family romance, Love Inspired by Jennifer Slattery. Definitely have not read this one, but this one I think might cover most of the challenges. It has yellow on the cover. I see some trees in the background. It is, let's confirm, is it a September 1st, 2019. So we are good on all those three. So at least if I finish it, I'll get that. So let's see. She's home again, but not for long, unless this cowboy recaptures her heart. Returning home with a baby in tow, Paige is determined to, I'm not going to try reading the last name. Determined to her stay is only temporary, but to earn her enough money to leave, she needs a job, and her only option is working for her first love's dinner theater. With attraction once again unfurling between her and Jed Gilbertson, can the man who once broke her heart convince her to stay for good? Well, I like that there's a baby in it, because usually that can be a good trope for me. And yeah, I'm into this. So this is what I'm going to purchase, and be at least the book that I'm reading for this readathon. Let's see how it goes. Okay, reading update. So alright. Still, damn it! Waking up still, so sorry. And I forgot that my Kindle was plugged in. Alright, so it's 9:04. Hometown Healing is moving along. I'm on chapter 7. It is very slow. I'm not saying I'm not enjoying it. Jed seems quite the character. But Jed and Paige were best friends when they were young, and that best friends moved into a relationship, and that was all 14 years ago. It's not a secret, but when they were young, Jed had some family issues, and Paige had her own as well, and when things went sour because of misunderstandings, they went their separate ways. Now, Paige is back home, and she has her daughter, and she's going through a divorce, and she still has feelings for Jed, and he's having personal issues with his business, and he's co-owners with him and his grandmother for this dinner theater that his grandmother had owned for years, and they're trying to revamp it, and they need Paige's help. And I get why Paige is hesitant and doesn't want to help out, but how many chapters are in this novel? There's 23 chapters in this novel with an epilogue, and if this is going to be the main situation
for this whole novel about Paige holding back and Jed putting forth. I'm not sure if I'm going to be enjoying it. I'm hoping I'll be able to finish it because I don't know. I know it's for readathons, it's personal things, but if you DNF during a readathon, does that book still count? That is the question. So yeah, that's where I am right now. Chapter 7 is at 31% of the book way through. And right here, that is how many pages I've read so far, as I will do the work later to find out. So yeah, that's it for now. I have my own personal work to do now, so toodaloo. So, it's Wednesday. Day 3 of the Contemporary-A-Thon, and kids are just gone to bed. It's 9:30 now. I have not read except for maybe the past half hour or so before the kids went to bed, and I'm chugging along. I'm only like page 2 into chapter 8. 34% of the way through. This many pages here. I know the number has not risen up much higher than before. The problem is that it's very slow, and I don't like guessing correctly, or it's a hard thing. It's a fine line, because I can say this one statement I'm going to say and then have it be not true for like one book out of 10, supposedly. But I don't like guessing the big issue before it happens. And I feel I already did that with this one. And so it's not holding my interest. The main couple, or the main characters, they're not even a couple yet, haven't even kissed yet or anything like that. And I understand their aversions to, not each other, they don't have an aversion to each other, but their main issues, I understand them, and it's just, some of the things are rubbing me the wrong way. It's like, when I got the book, I knew it was a Christian read. I mean, you were with me when I picked up the book, but it's just, it's not a Christian read that I'm kind of able to commit to, and I do like them. I have read plenty of novels that are Christian reads that I have enjoyed and five-starred. This one, I'm trying my best not to DNF it, because I mean, even if I DNF it, I don't rate my DNFs typically unless I can say for sure this is what I would have given it if I actually rated it. But right now, I'm trying to, if I had to rate it right at this moment, I would give it 3 stars, but I can't be certain of that. I'm going to give it at least until tomorrow, and then we'll see if I'm going to pause this until after the Contemporary-A-Thon and move on to another book or not, because I'd like to at least finish something, whether it's a novella or this book. So we'll see. Yeah, that's it. If you follow me on my blog or any of my socials, you'll see I've been posting reviews a lot lately. I've posted one review today that I had given 4 stars to that novel. Another one that I posted yesterday is a 1.5 star read that is a complete rant review. All of my current novels that I have been reviewing have been ones that I backlogged a long time ago. I've mentioned this in various videos on my channel before, but my family moved from state to state for 3 years, every 6 months. It was, my husband's in the military, so we did this was in 2008, 2016, he got relocated after our 4-year stint. He got relocated. So of course the whole family moved. And then once we moved to that location, we were there for about 6 months, and then he got enlisted for military training, and that was going to be a 6-month thing. And it was easier on him because it was a very high security, intense training. He felt better if his whole family was with him, so he wouldn't have to worry about us on top of everything else. So we all went with him, and that for that 6 months. And then once he graduated from that, we all moved to where we are now. Well, the last move that we did was in 2017. So I am so backlogged because we did the move, and a year before we moved, I had started my From Jess to You Services, virtual assistant, social media manager business. And I mean, I had current clients, like I still do. My client list fluctuates a lot, but at that time I had steady clients, and because they had their own requirements, especially after my move, I put their priority before I did for my own blog, and now I'm able to even things off again, deal with the clients that I have, and then also take care of my own business and update my own stuff. And in doing that, I am very backlogged. Like I said, the novels that I've been reviewing and talking about are from 2017. The previous video that I did, which is linked up above, is actually a book review extra that is also recorded in 2017. Even though I posted it I'm not even sure if it's been a week yet, but I posted it last week sometime. So yeah, check that one out. Go check out my blog From Just To You Services is my website. Go check out my blog From Me to You video photography and book reviews, same as this YouTube channel, to see my most recent reviews that I've been posting on there. So yeah, definitely recommend you checking those out, especially if you want to hear a long-winded rant about a Christian read. I really liked my statements on that one. So I don't typically 1-star. I'm very stingy with my my stars. So I don't typically 1-star books. I have been known to give 2.5 stars as recommended reads still, but I am very stingy with my 5 stars as well. So I don't rant about books much, but this one, it was bad. So yeah, if you want to see my most recent rant, go for it. But yes, there's another novel between that one and now that I had actually reviewed and really liked. So yeah, there's another review on there too to check out. So that's what I've been doing. I should get back to this book to see if I can actually get into it. I have another novel that I had actually started about 2-3 weeks ago that I haven't officially DNF'd it yet, but I paused it because kind of the same situation I'm having now with Hometown Healing. The novel that one is Breaking the Habit by Ember Leah. And my issue with that one is that I like the hero, I like the heroine. I like both main characters, but the hero has some. He's trying to make it in the big leagues. He's trying to make the money. He's trying to be an MMA fighter, I believe. I know he's a fighter, trying to be a fighter, but it might not be MMA. Anyways, he's trying to be one of the big name fighters, and he has really great things going for him. The heroine is a photographer, and her issue is that her father is rich, and that means that because of where they live in California, she actually used to date somebody who made a name for himself, and the problem is that when her ex was making a name for himself, he threw her under the bus. So she doesn't want to go for anybody high profile again. The hero in that novel, he hasn't made a name for himself yet, but he is definitely getting there. And right before they hook up and start making a relationship together, he signs a contract for his personal business to try to make a name for himself. He signs a contract that can kind of screw over their relationship already. So I'm not even halfway through that novel, and I've stopped it. I haven't DNF'd it, but I've stopped reading because it's so good up to the point that where I read that I know he's gonna hurt her because of the whole situation and the contract he just signed, and I don't want to see it happen. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I have a very good feeling I'm right, and that's why I stopped reading the novel. So, my question to you, please comment down below. Have you done that? If you can predict what's going to happen in the book, does that ruin the book for you? Do you DNF books because you've kind of known the prediction and you just don't want to see the follow through of it? Or do you have to stick with it just in case? I mean, typically, mostly, I'm the type that needs to stick with it to see if my predictions are correct. But the past month or two, because I picked up Breaking the Habit and then I decided on reading another novel because, like I said, I paused myself there. So I picked up another novel and it was just like that one. And I didn't talk about it on here because I didn't know how to explain them at the time. And I pushed myself through that other one. And that other one I gave like 3 stars. I'm not going to talk about it here. At some point on my blog, you'll get a whole idea of which novel that was and such. But, yeah. So, anyways, Breaking the Habit, I'm not going to read for the Contemporary-A-Thon, but I'm sort of paused of that one too. So I'm in the middle of that one. Yeah. Hometown Healing. I'm going to get back to that now, I suppose. Hopefully, I'll like it and it will get better. It's also, I don't like pushy side characters. And this novel has a lot of pushy side characters. So, we will see. Yeah. Good morning. Time to help my husband get ready for work. I love the hair. Well, the confrontation is happening. I'm sorry, it is so blurry. Not sure this is making the novel better or not. We'll see. I get completely that Christian fiction or any relationship, you always have to, it's not really Christian, I shouldn't have started that way. Any relationship leads possibly to marriage. So I get why Jed is being so, I can't say he's being thoughtful, because technically he went from one chapter to basically bringing up the past with Paige and trying to come to terms with what actually happened way back when. And now he has a situation with his mom where his mom completely loathes Paige, at least right now. And she did when they dated in the past. And at the end of the chapter, basically, he goes on about, before I take my feelings further with Paige, even though they haven't kissed yet since she's returned to town, he's thinking that before he takes his feelings further, he needs to make sure that if he takes things further, he's probably at some point in his life going to make her want to get married with her because of their past relationship and such. And if he wants to go forward with that, he needs to make sure his mom's resentment isn't going to be bad because of a past statement that his mother made, saying that if you marry somebody, you marry the family. And he goes about thinking, well, the reverse is true, and he knows that his mom doesn't like Paige at all. So I get the consideration. I get where he's coming from. I'm not sure I'm liking it, though. Yeah. So, I'm at 55%, which I'm actually quite proud of because I wasn't sure if I was going to completely struggle or not. So, 55% in, and it is now time to get my children up and ready for school. Fun! We have sun. See? Sun! I'm making the big push. I'm at 74% at the... Did I mention? I think I said I was 55% last when I talked to you. At that point, it started to get good. I mean, slow beginning, like I said. I made it to the 55% mark, so if you can make it to the 55% mark, it gets better. However, I'm at the 74% mark, and now we're having the situation with his mother. It's getting all flatted out. However, they still haven't even kissed yet. I get it's Christian fiction, but they can kiss. They don't have to make out. They can just peck. But if they still have the feelings, they're talking about possible marriage and they're not even in a committed relationship again yet. It's just not right. I'm sorry. Yes, the whole mother issue needs to be dealt with, and that's what they're talking about now. But yeah. Under the worst circumstances ever, they finally have their first kiss. At least the one on Paige. If they had a kiss before that, they definitely did not mention it at all. 84%. What in the world can this novel bring next? So it's done. It ended at 92%. And it's typical 10% for little extras for authors, so I'm not mad at that. Basically, it's a flop. I'm sorry to say. Don't mind my mess. Yeah. I can't, I'm not ranting about this one. I can't be certain at this moment if I want to give it 1 star or 2 stars. I might be nice and give it 2 stars, but I don't know. Basically, I know in my official review, I'm going to have the title or the line in it that says, if you can make it through 55% of this novel, then this might be the book for you. Because truthfully, for those who actually like Christian fiction, might enjoy this read. It's not bad. It definitely was not for me. It, as I said, by 55% of the way in, it was slow up to that point, and I struggled with the ideas of how Paige and Jed would actually overcome the obstacles that they put on themselves. They had no real obstacles except for their past situations. And then, as I said before, it got better. And then by the 70 or 84 mark, when I mentioned last time, it had its issues. And then after that part, there was a huge bomb that got dropped. And I could understand because of how the plot went, it needed that. But after the bomb was dropped, it felt like the author just tried to wrap everything up into a neat little bow. And I can't say I was here for it. I wish I was. But I just wasn't. This definitely was not the novel for me. But I can successfully say that I have completed it. Yeah, I will bring you on to my next random choice. I'm not sure if I'm going to do Amazon again or something a bit different, but it will be random and it will be contemporary. Hopefully a short read too. We'll see. So I'm surprised about myself. That's why I'm actually on here to inform you of this little tidbit, which I know I will mention later, but I'm writing up my official review now onto my Word document that has all my backlogged reviews. And I have come to terms and to the decision that I'm going to give Hometown Healing 1.5 out of 5 stars. However, I'm still going to recommend it to those who like Christian novels. I can't say Christian romance, but definitely Christian fiction. And I don't typically recommend, there's only one novel. And if you comment down below and ask me what that other novel was, I will inform you of it. But there's only one novel to date that I have actually rated this rating before, 1.5 out of 5 stars, and can say I can recommend it. Typically, since that novel, it's always been my 2.5 and up that I can still recommend to others. But this one I can definitely say I recommend still, but it was not for me. No. Yeah. So, that's my little epiphany. I'll get back to you.
Good morning, BookTube. Yeah, so I have been up for, it's going on to 7. So I've been up for about 2 hours, 3 hours, when my husband typically goes to work and I help him head off. Since he left though, wrong thing to open. Since he left though, I have finished posting a book review for a backlogged review that I did. I have a lot of steps personally that I have always done for book reviewing, so I have a lot of steps that I need to still do today for that. And I need to post an ad for my client Jacqueline Salmon-Gunn's novel on Facebook today. I have a few other things to do, but I didn't have enough time yesterday to actually choose another book in a way that you could see me doing it as well. So this is my plan for today. We're gonna go through emails instead of Amazon. It might not work out. I'm gonna say that completely up front. And I'm not gonna do the first one this time because how it worked out the last time. I'll do that option again some other time for you to enjoy, but today we're not gonna do it. I'm good. I get like almost every reviewer. You get on different authors' lists and publishers' lists. Well, I am on, I'm going to pronounce this, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, but I am on CD Gory's website, as you can now see. Or, not website, I'm on her newsletter list. So we're going to look at the most recent email that I got from her. And that's if and when it will pop up. It is very slow right now. So yeah, like all the, see the nice amount of emails that I have. Most of them are, they're mostly advertisements. Because this is my, it was a business, then it went personal, and now it's a mixture of both. So, yeah. Alrighty, so here is the newsletter. And though I am interested in her novels, none of these are free. So, and none of them, from what I can tell, all of them are sci-fi. So I'll have to look into these another time. But what I'm going to do is BookFunnel. BookFunnel is like a NetGalley, only it's mostly indie authors promoting their own novels for you to get them for free in exchange for a review. So I'm gonna go for this steamy, sexy fantasies list and see if I can get a nice contemporary book. Alrighty, so I love the covers. Alright, Secret Security? No. Ooh, His Secret Baby. This one I might be checking out, by Lauren Wood. Born Captive. That actually looks interesting. Ooh, we got some nice smutty reads. Alright, we got Pieces of You and Me. I like the cover, but no. In Pieces. Second Chances Billionaire Romance. I love her dress. This setup is common recently. For cover-wise, I've seen at least a good 3 or 4 of them out like that recently. Ooh, Under My Skin, he is hot. Ava Grace. I've read, the name seems familiar, so I might be getting into that. Ooh, yeah, no. Ooh, I see a lot I want to read, but a lot are, they are sci-fi or paranormal, so can't do that now. The Single Dad CEO, Conquering Their Mate, Yummy Yummy Men. Okay, she looks way too young for that cover photo. Hot Summer Nights. That one looks good. Yeah, no, not that one. The Unexpected Baby. Alright, that one. Kind of, I've read a billionaire best friend type of romance before that has a baby type of thing. I enjoyed it, but that was quite a few years ago. Okay, is there any rock star ones? Let's look at the cover, see what looks like a rock star. Because that's kind of what I'm in the mood for now, but I haven't, it's been a while since I've read a rock star romance that's actually interested me. So, I'm going to do a quick perusal, and if I can't see it, I'm going to go for that top one. And that's what we're going to do. Keeping the Secret. No, I don't want to do that. Comment down below if you see any of these covers, what looks interesting to you. Or did any of them interest you just from first glance? Alright, I thought I had seen... I'm sorry. I thought I had seen one that was a Rockstar one. But I am now not seeing it. Oh, here it is. Say yes. Okay, let's go for it. And not everyone gets their high school crush, gets to see their high school crush after their album go platinum and selling out fucking stadiums. It doesn't matter how unattainable she was in high school, the second she sees I'm a rock star, she's gonna, I can't read this morning, gonna spread her legs like all the others. Woohoo! Maybe it'd be a good idea to finally fuck her and get over this crush. Well, it's not really a crush, not anymore. That'd be fucking crazy. More like ending up comparing every woman I met to the girl I was so crazy about all those years ago. Cora's something special, and she's probably married or engaged to a handsome billionaire or something or whatever it is. She's always a way too good for me. But like it or not, comes back into my life and I have no idea what the hell it's about. Ooh. I hope it's a standalone. Alright, this is what I'm reading. So I'm gonna get in on this and I'll get back to you once I read a few chapters. So it is now Saturday afternoon. I slept in today until about 11:30ish or so. And yesterday, I know I said after I chose my novel, Say Yes, that I would be reading some of it and such and inform you. Well, yeah, that didn't happen. I got more into updating my blog and doing work for others. So yeah, that didn't happen. Not this morning. When I woke up, before I got into feeding my children and such, I did get in at least... I've read the prologue and half of chapter 1, and I am intrigued. As you saw in the previous clip when I was choosing the novel, it basically is about a rock star who is a drummer, Ian, and then Cora, who is, from what I learned, I don't know how long she's been a model, but she's trying to be a model. So this is how they actually get back to seeing each other again. They both knew each other in high school, and he was the geek in school, and then until he went from band geek to being in the drummer in this band. And now, of course, I'm not sure how long since high school it's been, but they've made a name for themselves. His band has, and she was his high school crush, and she was the popular girl in school. And from what I got out of chapter 1 thus far, from what I read, is she was, even though she was the popular girl in school, she wasn't one of the sluttier ones. So I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like Cora or not. I like Ian though. He seems like a really cool character. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm intrigued. Hopefully I'll get time to read it. I'm gonna be hanging out with kids too, so. And also, I'm addicted to the Great British Baking Show, and since Netflix is putting it out 1 episode a week, I need to watch that today. So yeah. Alright, we got soup. Please don't mind the mess. Soup. I'm gonna do omelets for the kids and me. I got some garlic roasted green beans. I've done green beans with pepper, never with garlic, but that's what this says on the packet. So yeah, we are going to see how this goes. Num 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 num. Please don't mind the mess. It will be soon. Alright, here we go.
What will it be? I mean the...
Show? I have no idea.
Mom, I mean what's it called?
I have no idea. That is what it's called, because I have no idea.
That's what.
Ow, shuckaducks.
That's what.
Doing this one-handed is hard. Very, very hard. Alright. One more time, then I have to put my phone down.
Here's your nuts.
I don't want the nuts, Goofy.
Here's your nuts.
Ha-ha! I did it!
Your nuts.
Put that bowl back, honey.
I'm putting it back on
Woohoo!
the table.
Alright, I think this actually turned out well. Hopefully it tastes good. But the garlic I wasn't sure about, but it definitely looks yummy. Alright, let's burn my fingers. I think it turned out well.
These out.
Egg whites
These out.
with pepperoni and pepperoni and hot dog pieces with non-cheese cheese because hubby is on a diet and I need to go grocery shopping. So this is what we had leftovers. So yay for leftovers. Well, yay for new creations, I should say. Hashtag. Hopefully it's yummy. Good morning. It is September 29th and I just confirmed it is the last day of Contemporary-A-Thon. I have finished Say Yes and I found it to be really, really cute. I'm not sure if I'm going to try to pick up another novel today, but I also have to spend time with my family, so we'll see what happens. If I do, wrap up will be tomorrow. Basically, Say Yes I found very cute. I definitely recommend it. If it completed any of my Contemporary-A-Thon things, I don't think it did actually, but if it did, it will be here to inform you. Ian and Cora were a really sweet pair. I was hesitant about how things would unfold once they went on tour because of the situation that the band gets Cora into. But I mean, it wasn't anything with drugs or anything, so if you're hesitant about that, I mean, don't worry about that. It's nothing like that. But there is a quasi-cheating subplot. It's not that anybody actually cheats, but it's the setup that Cora and Ian have themselves in because of what the band makes Cora do. So, or doesn't make, I mean, she's getting paid for it, but I mean, yeah, so if you might be hesitant about that, but I definitely recommend it. It is a very good read, and I don't know, I had fun, I enjoyed it. So that is that. I'm not sure what I'm gonna read next. As I think I mentioned at the beginning of this vlog, I have a lot of, I can't talk. Still waking up, don't mind me. I have a lot of historical romances that I was approved of right before Contemporary-A-Thon happened, so I might get into one of those, even though it wouldn't count for Contemporary-A-Thon. But I completed 2 novels. Well, novellas. The page count will be on here at some point, so you'll find out. I'm happy that I completed them, so I don't care how long they were. One I recommend, one I don't, and you'll get more of a wrap-up about my day either later on today or definitely tomorrow. So, hope your day is going well. Okay, so it is 3:40. I've been made lunch, doing a few things online, and now kiddos are watching home and yelling at each other. I am now going to see if I can find a cheap, possibly free, maybe not free, but I'm going to buy another book on Amazon, but I'm not going to do it the way that I did before because I'm hoping I can finish the book tonight. If not, I'm going to just finish it tomorrow and then tell you about it then. But I'm going to show you through my phone, but I'm going to literally be very specific in the book that I'm going to choose. Or I might actually do it on my camera like I did before, but just be specific in how I choose it. Yeah, we'll do that instead. It's easier to do it that way. So yeah, I think because I just posted not just, yesterday, or the day before, anywho, recently, my most recent book review on my blog, was about, I'm going to say the word wrong, I have a feeling, but the Shikas. So I'm going to see if I can find another Shika romance, or that will be my second choice if I don't find one specifically as I'm going for. And I think I will do a recommendations video at some point on my blog, on my channel here, about this very specific, nuanced romance novels. Yes, you've heard of The Surprise Pregnancy. Yes, you've heard of the baby, the mothers, or the pregnant, surprise pregnancy, but you've also heard of like widowers getting married and have children and stuff like that. Well, a few years back, I had read a novel about, it's a surprise pregnancy, but it's also with the twist of the woman had a baby or conceived a child through a fertility clinic, and they messed up on who the father was supposed to be. So I read one and really liked it, so for at least a while I specifically looked for novels that had that premise. So I'm curious to see if there's any new ones out, because it's been a while since I've read one like that. And the few that I've read, I have enjoyed, except for one, mostly because I couldn't get into the plot, so I just never finished it. But, yes, so I'm gonna take you along for that, so we'll see how that goes.
Okay, so, yeah, I still don't know how these frames are looking for you, but here it goes. Okay, so we are going to be looking up, as I mentioned in the previous clip, and I'm just going to do ones that I like this time. I'm not going to do the first of anything. Let's go for, how do I phrase this? It's been a while. Fertility, clinic, mistake, surprise, pregnancy, romance. Don't think these ones are actually ones that I'm looking for. Her pretend billionaire boyfriend. Yeah, no, those are sponsored. Alright, how much can you guys see on this? Let's move you over a little bit. Okay. Fertility clinic. I might need to put some stuff in parentheses. Her baby mistake. Huh, okay. Or try these instead. Okay, so it's saying it kind of is. Secret pregnancy. A mistake, a prince, a pregnancy. Ooh, Macy Yates. This is actually the one that I might have read before. Because it was a Macy Yates type of novel that I read. It was through Harlequin. Oh, yeah. This is the one I read before. Because it's Accidental Birthright, or was previously published as that. Because see. And if it actually shows it. Come on. There we go. Yeah, IVF clinic mix-up. We're going to use those words instead. Wasn't sure how to phrase it. But yeah, this is the one that I read before. I don't know how many stars I gave it off the top of my head, and I'm not going to go into the whole looking it for you. But if you're interested, check this one out. I do recommend it. So, let's Let's see if we can find another one. 10 billionaire boyfriend. It's sponsored, so I don't think this is going to be what I'm looking for. Ex-fiance. No. Nope. Okay, no perfect hero. It says sponsored, so no. Are all these sponsored? Yeah, all of them are sponsored. Except for Baby Mistake. Oops. What did I touch? Dark of night. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Okay, so alright, let's go back to this. Alright. IVF. Nope. There's no more like that? Alright, let's see if I can just go Harlequin. Come on. Work with me here, because I do have some Harlequin credits. Love it when my computer's slow. Just kidding. Probably not going to give everything just for just that small thing, but you never know. It might be good. Ooh. What do we got? Bond between strangers. The nurse's newborn gift. Yep, okay, cool. The accidental daddy. Okay, so a pregnancy gift. Do I want to read a medical romance? That's the major question. It looks like most are medical romances. And my son is going cuckoo. Oh, come on. Work with me here. Work with me here. With her chances of finally having a family in jeopardy, track the action, approaching their outros. Yeah, no. Yep, this is the type of novel I'm looking for. Come on, show me the money. Let's go. Alright, so yesterday John Carter and Lily Grayson were strangers. Now, following an IVF mix-up, their genes are bound together forever. Only someone else is carrying their child. Ooh, I'm not sure that one I would go for. John's only thought is to get his baby back until he realizes that Lily is the person he truly needs to complete his life. Okay, not what I was completely hoping for. So, if I can find one better, I'm going to go for that other one instead. Her motherhood wish is not what I'm looking for. The accidental daddy. Alright. We're gonna go that one and that one to look at, but we're gonna go next. The Miracle Swap, no, I don't like how, oops, I have your wrong baby and swapping. I've read one of those, it was terrible. Carrying the Sheikah's Air, Accidental Regret, I've read. Air from Nowhere, I'm not sure. Alright, since this one kind of talks about both, possibly, of what I was looking for, but is this one I've already read? Because one of them I did read about a sister, wrong one, a sister who was doing a baby for her and then her sister died. Yep, this is the one I read, Carrying the Sheikah's Air. So no, can't read that one again. Good novel, definitely recommend it. She meant to have her baby for her sister, but an IVF mix-up means that the party planner is now carrying the heir. Oh, okay, so this is a different one. So this is, she was meant to carry her sister's baby, but instead it's an IVF mix-up means that the party planner is now carrying the heir of, however you pronounce that, the Desert King of Kar. Rashad demands marriage, but Sheridan isn't convinced. He's simply sexy and his heart is encased in ice. He kidnaps her. Yeah, no, that's not what I'm gonna go for. Okay, so go for one more and then we'll go back to the ones I saved. That doesn't look... Alright, Nurse's Pregnancy Miracle. Is it an IVF mix-up thing? Or is it... Not her Mr. Right. After leaving her cheating ex, Nurse, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that, Miss Corey, had decided to have the baby she always wanted through IVF. She's determined to raise the child alone. She must ignore the inconvenient attraction to her colleague, especially as Davy has his own reasons for not wanting a family. But I don't want a pregnancy and her finding just Mr. Right. I want there to be an issue because of the mix-up. So, maybe even another time. Alright, you're having my baby. When Dr. Max Winthrop is told that he's going to be a father, he never thinks he'll have to share the news with the mother. But after a mix-up at the IVF clinic, it's up to Max to tell unsuspecting pediatrician Joey McMillan that she's carrying his child. Max hadn't expected to be a daddy right now, especially by accident, but getting to know the beautiful Joey opens his eyes to the possibilities of being more than just a parent, but even maybe a husband. Okay, so far on the top of the list, Nurse Chrissy has promised her best friend she'd have his baby through IVF if he didn't make it home from the front lines. When the time comes to make good on her promise, she's confident she can handle being a single mom. If only Spencer Penn, the baby's godfather, will agree. No. That's just, yeah, no, I don't want to. And this is a no. So, the winner is The Accidental Daddy. I guess that's what I'm going to be reading. So, hopefully I can read it between now and tomorrow. Wish me luck.
So, it's 8 o'clock, and I'm done with The Accidental Daddy. I am counting it for Contemporary-A-Thon, even though it ended last night. Shh. Oh well. So, I will give you the full wrap-up in a bit. I'm just... Now, I finished it. I'm happy. I got some stuff to do before I do my wrap-up, and then edit all of this vlog footage for you. But I'm very... What can I say? The novel was good. Definitely not what I was expecting. Well, yes and no. Usually, or at least the previous IVF mix-up novels that I've read, they've all not had the same plot line completely, so I've enjoyed that. The difference with this one, though, is that I'm trying not to give too much away. The difference with this one is that it basically, well, there's two differences. One's a spoiler and I can't tell you, but the major difference is that instead of it being the baby's already born and they find out afterwards, or instead of having it be like, okay, she's pregnant, he tells her, and then they have a few months to actually figure things out, a majority of this novel happens within about a 2-week span. And it's definitely an insta-love type of thing. But I like how it flowed and worked out. Definitely the twists were surprising. I'm not surprised how it quickly wrapped up, and I'm not surprised how it ended, but I enjoyed it. So, I do recommend it. But yeah, that one I will give you a rating for later, because I'm not exactly sure yet. I have to think it over a bit more. But I'm done. Woohoo! This is actually a readathon, even though that this one I half read yesterday for the readathon, half a day after, but oh well. This is a readathon that I feel accomplished. I can say I've completed 3 novels, and yeah, I think it's it's not my first successful readathon, but definitely one of the better ones. So, cool. I'll get back to you.
So it's been a week, just about, since the end of the Contemporary-A-Thon, and, well, no, I'm sorry. Today's Friday. Last time I talked to you, it was Monday, and I said, I finished my book, yay, I'm gonna put it into the Contemporary-A-Thon, and I am going to definitely do my wrap-up that day. That didn't happen. Didn't happen any time until right now, because I got my butt in gear, and we're gonna do this. So, here's my wrap up. If you haven't seen the rest of if you haven't seen the rest of this video, basically I feel I accomplished the Contemporary-A-Thon, mostly because I definitely read 2 books within the Contemporary-A-Thon, finished half the book on the last day on Sunday, and on Monday, I'm just including it, I finished the novel and such. So I'm going to go over those 3. If you want to hear this and you've actually watched the rest of this video, then I thank you for sticking around. I hope you enjoy my slight wrap up, and we can definitely move on and such. So here we go. So my first book that I read was Hometown Healing by Jennifer Slattery. And this is the first time in a long time that I'm giving a novel a rating of, well, not that it's not the first time in a long time that I'm giving a novel a rating of this number, but it's the first time that I'm recommending it still. I'm giving it 1.5 stars, yet I still recommend it. If you want to hear me ranting, watch the first half of this video, because I ranted a lot throughout reading this novel. But the reason I'm still recommending it is because though I don't like the setup, and the characters, they were good, but it was just the premise of everything. And like I said, watch the first half of this video if you want to hear everything that I get into. But the reason I recommend it still is because though I didn't enjoy it, I can see people who enjoy typical Christian fiction novels that have a slight romance connected to it. I can see them enjoying this. I mean, it isn't a bad novel, but it wasn't my novel at all. Nothing I would typically go for. The second novel that I read, or this one was more of a novella, is Say Yes, Ian, by Amelia May. And I gave it 4 stars. And I recommend it because it is a unique rock star romance about high school student, or they're not high school anymore. They're definitely grown up. And they're now coming into their life and stuff, but it's about a rock star who is now famous, and he finally gets to see the girl he always had a crush on when he was younger, and it's their budding romance and such, and I really loved it. So I recommend it if you're looking for an exceptional rock star romance that has definitely a unique twist to it. The last book that I read was Accidental Daddy by Meredith Weber. And I'm giving this 3.5 stars. I recommend this to anyone who is looking for surprise. I mean, I sought this novel out, as you saw in my vlog earlier, but this one is definitely more of it's an unexpected pregnancy for the guy, but it's it's unplanned pregnancy in a way. I mean, it was planned for the girl's perspective, but not planned for the guys. And yeah, it's for if you really want to, if you like the surprise pregnancy type of situation, it flips it on its head with an IVF mix-up type of thing. And like I said in my vlog, I sought this out because it's a type of romance that I had read quite a few novels of a few years ago and wanted to find another one like it. So yes, it's not, because of the premise, it is not really a smutty read. The only smutty read that I read was Say Yes. This one, Accidental Daddy, was more of it's more of a sweet read. I mean, there's like a little steamy scenes, but it's nothing like smutty wise. So yeah, if you're looking for a smutty read, definitely go for Say Yes. If you're looking for a sweet contemporary type of read, definitely go for Accidental Daddy. And then if you dare to read something out of your norm, you might enjoy Hometown Healing, where I didn't at all. But anywho, all right, we're gonna go on to what that did for the challenges, because I completed some this time. Woohoo! All right, Accidental Daddy completed none of the challenges. Not because I read it until Monday, it was because all the challenges I'm gonna go through didn't cover any of it. So, okay, so the first challenge was read a 2019 release, and the one novel that went with that was Hometown Healing. So the next one was read a contemporary with yellow on the cover. That also goes for Hometown Healing. The next one was read a diverse contemporary, and that one actually is for Say Yes covered that, because the main female lead, Cora, is half Japanese on her mother's side. For read a contemporary with an illustrated cover, as you've seen, none of the covers go for that, so that didn't work. Read a dark, hard-hitting contemporary, none of them were that. Read a contemporary with plants on the cover, the only one that covered was Hometown Healing. And then read a contemporary that was beloved by a member of the book community. I'm sorry to say, as I randomly chose all these, nobody was fanning out on any of these because I was very out there in my choosings, as you saw if you've watched the rest of this vlog. Okay, I'd like to thank Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads, Julie from Pages and Pens, Natasha from My Reading is Odd, and Melanie from Mel to the Annie for hosting this Contemporary-A-Thon round 5. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching to the end if you're still around. Please like or dislike this video as you see fit. And please stick around to this YouTube channel and or any of my other social accounts because you never know what's going to happen next. All links are down below. If you want to, like, a link that is connected to my blog for this Contemporary-A-Thon is going to be talking more about the books there. So if you want to check that out, please go there, especially if you want to find out more about these novels. So, thank you for being here. Please stick around on this channel, like I said, because you never know what's going to happen next. Take care. I think I said that twice. Sorry.